Now the speed limit on there is national speed limit. You'll be doing well to get through those bends at or near that special national speed limit.
Okay.
So enjoy yourself going through there, but I want you to concentrate on that limit point. The earlier we position ourselves at times, the better it is for us, because we can maintain a lot of speed into that.
Yeah.
And try and use your brakes a little more instead of your gears.
Okay.
Because what that will do is it will allow you to set the speed more accurately if you need to slow down. If it's just a question of just throttling down and that gives you enough, then that's fine. But if you throttle down, think I need a lower gear, then we should really be considering that actually use the brakes, get it to the right speed, then choosing a gear. Because that means that you're going through into the bend at the right point at the right speed. So if this is our bend, where this part here as we come into the bend is where we need to be at the right speed. By using the brake I can be at the speed there. If I do the gears, I tend to drift it on a bit.
Right.
Which means I take a little bit more speed into the bend when I don't want it, and I can either then carry on, I then go through on a closed throttle losing speed, or I lose too much speed in this section to allow the limit point to catch up to move away.
Right.
Whereas if we're going through, we set it here, I'm now at the right optimum speed. It means I can get on the gas early because I'm smoother through.
Right.
You actually find it's quicker going through. Limit points away, gentle on the throttle, gentle, and then off we go. That's it. Lovely, very nice. Right-hander, push yourself into the near side, nice and early, look up through it, see where the road goes. So use your brakes for this one, use your brakes, nice and bit of braking, bend the gear, head up, throttle control, balance it, and then on the gas, away you go, that's it. Same with this one, just all the throttle, let it run a little bit, get the view round, there we go, off we go. So thinking about that, how are those bends?
Fine. In all honesty with it, if I just ride the way I normally ride, then it just flows. You know,
Yep.
I kind of, that last bit there, I was very conscious about speed beforehand, but that last bit there, I just thought, right, well, you tell me to go, so I'll just I'll go, I'll ease and go a bit. So I wasn't concentrating on trying to set at or just below the speed limit. And it just felt much more fluent.
Yeah, the positioning was good going through those. You can get there earlier, so that the higher up the road your vision is,
Yeah.
and for some of those you will then you'll be able to actually maintain more speed through the bend because you've got that earlier view.
Okay.
Oh, the IAM are going to love that. You went round a mini roundabout.
Lovely road, isn't it?
So we've got some interesting bits of road here. We've got some double apex bends, so bear that in mind as we're going around them. Read those limit points accurately.
Okay.
Some variable speed limits, but most of it national. Some tight bends, some open bends. In other words, cracking, viking roads.
All received.
Just wait for this one before you... it's really tempting to give it the beans.
Can't say I've noticed.
So then you see the joy of the national.
Ah. Just go as fast as you like, so.
This is nice and early. Hold this right hander to the left hand side, keep it there, head up, and then drift over nicely a little bit. Just be careful of this bend, you might over-percept your bend. A set of signs you'll love.
Ah, yes.
Now, which one do you want?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. What's going on now?
Keep pushing up.
Okay for me to check that?
Yeah.
It's a day of first, this. Never been up here either.
Now you need to be accurate on your limit point here.
Okay.
Concentrate on the limit point and the speed will come. It'll be smooth and it will all just flow through.
The Missenden Flyer will be happy. There's a white van. Every time he goes out, he gets stuck behind a white van.
Well, we'll have this one off very quickly. Now here the road goes around to the right. Keep yourself to the near side and see, and look how much view you've got straight at the hill straight away. Stay with him, don't close him at the moment. Look out, now step out, watch the one on the left, give it steer, then go. See that early vision, you can see all the way up there, because it's such an advantage, and you can do that planning earlier. Yep. Going to go left at these staggered junctions, just round the bend. Left here.
Left,
left, yeah. Get the clues to the layout of the trees as well. Get the vision up. Enjoy yourself.
Left all received. Petersfield.
Back to his
B2070.
In fact, do you fancy a coffee?
Yeah, why not?
Should we pop in here? I've never been here before. Let's
do that then. So folks, we've spent the morning doing some cornering there. Stuart, what do you think?
I thought it was really good. You've obviously got stuff that you've taken over from the police in your background, you've used that, and your positioning throughout was really very, very nice. One of the things that I did notice was on left-hand bends, and I want you to tell me a little bit about the left-hand bend just before we reached the 272. So just after where we'd gone through those speed signs that were at various positions on the road, and then later on where the road became quite enclosed with trees, we had a left-hander. Just take me through what you were doing or thinking as you went through that.
I think, as we've discussed before, I'd gone too hot into the right-hander before, and then I think I ended up scrubbing too much speed off for the left-hander, which I find myself doing a lot, left and right really. I find myself approaching the mid-bend, mid-corner and thinking I could either be quicker here or I could keep on the throttle rather than continually braking all the time.
Okay.
I seem to have got into that habit, I've noticed, definitely.
So where are you looking at that stage? When you're thinking about that throttle use, where are you looking at that stage?
I mean, I'd hope that I'm always looking at the limit point, but again, there was a thing you addressed earlier this morning with left-handers with the limit point, because I'm looking in the distance at where the road meets, but not, as you said, where the left-hand lane sort of ends. I'm not following the left-hand lane limit point.
So if we look at my wonderful little drawing here, you can see we've got a right-hander and a left-hander. So with our limit point for the right-hander, we're looking at round about here. Yeah, that's the limit point. And I'll explain to you how the limit point through. And when you do the course, we'll explain all about the limit point of view, folks. But as we go around here, our limit point allows us to stop in the distance we can see to be clear on our side of the road. So if we use it here, it means it's incorporating this side of the road. And we haven't got that for our own safety. So we have to come back a little bit, and maybe around about here is where it is. And I think that's what's happening, is that as you're going into the bend, you're actually slowing down going through that bend, because we've come in a little bit quick, we've anticipated we've got more of that limit point than we actually have. So when we get out for these next ones, what I want to do for the left-hander, I want you to think about when you look at the limit point and you're using it well, but bring it back towards you a little bit for those left-handers, just to go in a little bit slower. It means you'll be slower in, but it means you'll be quicker on the throttle when we need to be out of the side, so you'll be faster out. And that's always got to be better, because we've got to be able to stop in the distance we can see to be clear on our side of the road.
In like a lamb, out like a lion.
Exactly that, yeah, perfect.
Okay,
Good.
Right, excellent. What's next?
What's next is we're going to look at some overtaking. So these are the things which we want to look at. We want to be able to corner properly, we want to get past cars and other vehicles on the way safely and legally as we're going along. And we're going to look at overtaking. We're going to look at the three-stage overtake. Moving up behind a vehicle, getting good observation when it's safe and appropriate, moving to the other side of the road, that final check, and then getting on the gas and giving it the beans to go past it. Another one is a momentum. So we've got perhaps a long run up to a vehicle, we can move out earlier the other side of the road, get that view, and then keep our speed going past that vehicle as we carry on. So we're going to look at those today. Some really good roads around here, lots of vehicles to overtake. Should be fun.
Awesome. I wish I'd put the tracker on actually, so we could see the route, but I think I've been mentioning a lot of road names, and we should be able to pick a lot of place names out as well, so you should be able to plot the route yourself. Great roads right now. Excellent, really looking forward to it.
Sounds good.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Nice place that, wasn't it? The Jolly Drover. Very nice. Right, hang on. There we go.
Okay. Did you actually read that, or did someone tell you that on April the 1st?
What's that, what, clapping? Honestly, when it comes to editing, to sync the cameras, just a sharp peak in the audio, it's the best way of syncing the cameras up. Right folks, like Stuart said, we're now going to go and give overtaking a little shot. Am I leading? Yep.
You lead this bit, yeah. So this is quite a bit of interesting road here, because we've got a single carriageway one in each direction, but in fact it's a dual carriageway with just one lane. And a lot of people misconceive this as a 60-mile-an-hour speed limit. But in fact, it is a 70.
That's right, because you've got the physical barrier between the two lanes, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly that. So when people are doing 60, they talk about IAM riders being not as quick. They'll have 10 mile an hour on you down here thinking of other stuff.
That bit of the 272 there,
yeah,
on the left towards Midhurst, that is my favourite stretch, that through the woods. Oh, what a stretch of road.
And you can see again, he's right over the centre line.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Wheels. And if you over position these, it's really getting caught out. Soon to go into this steep, lovely bit of bends. So with this again, keep that vision up and work your throttle to what you're seeing. Remember, it's slightly slower in for those left-handers, and you will come out quicker, and it will feel superb.
Right up. What's those signs again?
Teeth showing, smiling, begin. So look all the way through, set your speed, look up through the bend. When it's clear, then get on the gas. Remember our left-handers, that's good, that's a nice pace. Head up. Keep the throttle smooth, that's it, and punch on. Head up and look through. Straight line that bit. Oh, that's nice. Nice smooth throttle. As it opens out, then you can pick it up. There you go, lovely. That's it. Look up through. That's it, keep that vision up. So left hander, just give yourself a bit of scope on the left hander and then pick it up. Nicely done. There you go. If you look out now where I am, you step out, you get that view. Yeah. You're getting close to that crossroads, so I'll just back in a moment, but consider after the crossroads. And you've got this great view, so you can position out, like I am, and then think a bit, and then when you're in a position, then you can just squirt your past.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's going a fair bit at the moment. So when you come into the stop here, just try and angle your bike so you're pointing the way you want to go. Instead of sitting flat onto the give way, point it slightly to the right. It means that if you look at where I am, it means that when you want to go, you're pointing that direction straight away. You can get on the gas earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, off where you go. He's making good progress up ahead again. Now we're going to hit some 40s. The road will then go around to the left, and we're going to take the turning of the right by a church and a telephone box.
Okay.
So we saw the size of that thing that came down. We might come across some more of those. It's about a 3/4 width road we're going to go along.
No problem.
Just bear that in mind for left-handers, is that we don't want to over-position for left-handers.
Yeah.
We just can't get out of the way in time. Once we're on the other side of the road,
gotcha.
So we run out of road very, very quickly. Nice position if that left-hander, it gave you that advantage to the oncoming car then. that was lovely.
Yeah, these horses don't like GSs, especially with acropovic cans on them. 'Cause if you use, I find if you use the short shifter, the thing pops and farts all the time, doesn't it? And it really spooks the horses, so you have to get speed right off and use the clutch. Selborne.
Again, this is a big advantage of pointing the bike in the direction you want to go as you come to this right-hander. So think about angling it to the right. Exactly, well, that car's showing you the way. Perfect, yeah, like that. And then you can just go straight out under gas. Now, if you're in the right position here, we could have one off. You need to look in the distance and move out early and then go. That's on. Yeah, nice done. I think we're within the speed limit as well on that. How about that?
Always, always.
So we should see that pub that we stopped for up on the right hand side, and we're going to turn right just by the pub.
Right where those cars are going.
That's it. So we've been through this stretch before. This is going to take us down to 272, and then we're going to head to Harting, and then we're on some new roads. Okay, keep that vision up nice and high, get the clues from the trees where the road is going, and think about that throttle use. So nice and smooth in, quick out. Right at the end, right at the end.
This is a national, isn't it?
Yeah, we're national oil here. Nice little left and right. This is quite testy one. Set your speed a lot earlier.
Should have braked before the gear changed.
There you go. That's it, punch on through. Nice. Stay out wide here. That's it, stay out wide here. Till we came over, we just stay out wide and then come in into the bend afterwards.
Got it, yeah.
You heard of target fixation?
Yeah.
So, and that's what it is, we need to make sure we don't react to that and we aim at what we're looking at and move away from it. Nice in with the throttle, good positive throttle, this is where we hold it, we've got all that view, and it keeps the bike nice and balanced. Come in early to the near side, look where the road's going, that's it. Puts you straight in the right position to see past that car. So up ahead you've got a route plan board. We're going to turn right at that route plan board. Just let me come creep past you on this crap.
Gotcha.
We'll go through. Okay, good?
Yep, all good.
Well, there's a horse up here now, just take it easy.
Do you know, I didn't even see that horse. I was wondering why you were slowing down.
Okay, good. It's clear, isn't it? You're happy
Yeah, it
with your
is, yeah.
exhaust? We'll just pick up a bit of gentle speed so don't scare it as we go down the hill. So again, think about our position. So looking through the bend, now it's open enough I can pick up the gas. Got that vehicle up ahead and the road actually goes around to the right. Gentle through as it comes through, holding the offside because the road goes, near side, look around to the right side. As it opens up, there and I can go across. I can pinch a bit here, I'm going to come in, I've just lost that vision. Go around to the left, downhill slightly, so just coming down a bit, just take a lower gear for me as I go through. This is a third for me, pull it around to the left hand side. This one goes back to the throttle, the speed's good, distance is good. Balance that throttle, now starting to open up, looking through it, now it's open up, I can pinch on through and then get on the gas.
God, it's so much smoother and quicker when you do it.
Looking through now, balancing that throttle, looking up, there it goes, away it goes, I pick up the gas now, and it straightens up and just punch up through. So, you see the difference we're trying to get at is that initially we appear slightly slower going in, but that gives us then the better position, the better view of the bend. That means then I can balance the throttle early and I can get on the gas earlier.
Yeah.
So while while people are going through and they're still either closing the throttle, we've already balanced the throttle, so I've now maintained the speed. And because my vision is up, I'll get on the gas a lot earlier, so I'll be out quicker.
I was going to say, when you said we're going in slower, I was thinking, to me that feels like I'm going into the bend a lot quicker than I was. But I think what it is that my interpretation of the start of the bend is actually way further into it than yours is. Yours is further back. So I think, yeah, there's times when I'm thinking, come on, we're nowhere near the bend yet, and you're a lot slower, but then you almost accelerate where I would be braking. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. It just allows you to go in. So up ahead here now, the big bend is a right-hander at the far side. And as you go over the top, you'll see that.
Yeah.
There's a little advance come through. So you're looking at the limit point now. We're getting that's just one of the advantages of the early position. The limit point now is starting to close back a bit. So all I've done is close throttle a bit. Now it's open. And because they have a gear for loss of speed, it goes around and balancing the throttle, it opens it up, and then I can pick up the speed.
Yeah.
Come into the 30 and then brake to the 30. There's this offset, so you can have a 30 there or you can have a 30 there, I don't mind which. But it's that earlier reading of the bend, and that's that, so getting in your position earlier allows you that.
Yeah.
It's a big advantage.
Well, folks, that's the end of the day. It's been a good day. I really enjoyed that. Thanks very much, Stuart.
Very welcome. Good to see you. I really enjoyed it as well.
There's a few points there that have been brought out in my riding: positioning, observation on limit points and things. For me, particularly exits of corners, of bends, not reading left-handers correctly, and that's something I've taken away from here. And certainly the exit of corners when you get on the throttle, firm the drive up, that sort of stuff. So that's definitely been of use to me, and the positioning. Doing things sooner rather than later, if you like, but it'll all be explained in the video, hopefully. So, over to the master here. Stuart, how was it?
About the master. It was Bruce, you're a really good rider. There's no doubt about it. Your background, your skill on the bike, your competency, it all showed through. And you could see that you're a very quick learner. So we had that this morning where your cornering was good and we're just fine-tuning it slightly, to the afternoon where it was a big improvement. You're getting in position earlier, you're using a nice smooth throttle, and we're coming on the gas earlier as the limit point moved down. And as we discussed, we're working to that limit point on the road, but we get all those other visual clues as well. We get all the hedgerows, the street lines, the building lines that give us an early indication where that road goes, and so you can match your throttle to the limit point, knowing that it's clearing out as we go along there. Yeah. So I'm really impressed with that. Really good stuff.
Excellent. Cheers.
More in the second session, we wanted to look at overtaking, and again you've got the elements there in a nice place, nice following position. So when we get a little bit too close, you're aware of that, and you back off, and you know that by giving that better position, you've got a better view past that vehicle we're looking at. Yeah. What I want to look at really is making it those clear 3 stages. And obviously within the book we've got the clear 3 stage and overtake, and there was one in particular where we passed today.
Second camera. Okay.
Whereas we came up into a nice following position behind it as you were, so we've gone from the following position, we're moving up into that overtake position to get the view past. And what we did is we passed the vehicle nicely and safely, but what we did is we went out at this stage under acceleration. Now we got past the vehicle and that was a nice quick overtake, but we get a big advantage by actually just matching the speed of it and then stepping out here.
Yeah.
From here we get that final view,
okay,
and that's a much better position for us to get that view, and then we can get on the gas. If we start to accelerate, and we're accelerating to this point, and we get some brake lights from the vehicle in the past, we've now got to consider aborting that overtake.
Yeah.
That means we've got to come back in. So you can imagine you've gone out under acceleration, the car in front is now slowing, so that gap in between us is narrowing very, very quickly. Yeah. And of course the 4 points on the tyres on the car will stop a lot quicker than we will too. Yeah. So think about coming out early, when you're happy, then punching on through. Initially it'll seem a little bit slow on the overtake, but actually the planning will be more thorough and you'll get more overtakes in because you can put that's part of your allowance. Okay. Other than that, really good stuff on the overtakes. I like your positioning as we approach. I like the way that you recognise that you don't want to be too close but not too far away. And when it's right, get on the gas. You're obviously a progressive rider, so overtakes are not an issue for you. So that would be something moving forward that with your local group, when you do your course, they'll fine-tune that and you'll have that licked in no time.
Awesome, excellent, fantastic. Well, I've not actually had the first session yet with my local IAM group. I'm trying to fit that in through work, so we'll see what we do. Hopefully at some point before the summer I'll be able to get this first session and then we can get the course underway. Stuart, really enjoyed that today, mate, and hopefully we can get out again.
Yeah, most definitely, and we're going to see you for a skills day down at Thruxton anyway.
Yes,
so you get to practice all this on a track. What could be better?
Honestly, if you've not done them yet, the IAM Thruxton Rider Skills Days, top notch. It's not what you think, it's well worth trying out, and you will learn stuff there for sure. Excellent. Stuart, thanks again.
Thanks again. All the best.
Cheers.
See you later on. So folks, those of you who are still here, thanks for waiting. I've had a really good day today, really enjoyed it. Stuart, thank you so much for taking me out. And the IAM, thank you very much for putting me through this course. I'm looking forward to starting it. All you Patreons out there, it's been growing nicely. I'm hoping we should be able to get a couple of trips out this year where I'll get out and about and I'll come and meet you. We'll ride your roads. The man cave's nearly done, so hopefully we'll be able to start doing some more live streaming if I can get the tinterweb sorted out there. And next week I'm off to Spain with TMF, Lamb Chops and Richie Vida. So folks, lots of videos to come. Really looking forward to 2019. Should be a stonker. To all you new subscribers, welcome. Thanks for joining us and I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to leave some comments down below. Remember to interact with me on the various different social media. Cover Twitter, Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. It is a full-time occupation, this. My day job just keeps getting in the way. However, it pays the bills. Let's never forget that. So folks, look after those that you love, but remember, get out there and live your life.